Assiniboia Downs, in conjunction with Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries, is proud to present our featured field here in race number 8. It's the 69th running of the Manitoba Derby. They're going to test the mile and an eighth for a purse of $75,000. Number 1 is Plentiful, owned by Murray Duncan and Gerald Stewart, trained by Murray Duncan with Tyrone Nelson. Number 2 is Coors Loot, owned by Rollinson Racing Stable, Randy Haug and Rick and Clayton Weist, trained by Robertino Deodoro with Rohan Singh. Number 3 is Stoneheart Ridge, owned by John Gannis, trained by Stephen Gaskin with Praven Badri. Number 4 is Witt's Dollar Night, owned by Henry Witt Jr., trained by Jerry Gorno with Caleb Pizarro. Number 5 is Tis Fun, owned by Randy Haug, trained by Robertino Deodoro with Scott Stevens. Number 6 is Escape Clause, owned by Barry Arneson, True North, and Don Schnell, trained by Don Schnell with Adolfo Morales. Number 7 is Shaded, owned by Henry Witt Jr., trained by Jerry Gorno with Chavi and Chow. Rounding out our Derby field is number 8, Diamond Maze, owned by Lothenbach Stables, trained by Joel Burnt, Quincy Hamilton aboard. Following the running of the $75,000 Manitoba Derby, Jerry Saul, Vice President. Diamond Maze. And now just waiting on Escape Clause. They're at the post. And they're off in the 69th running of the Manitoba Derby. Witt's Dollar Night is the first to head out towards the front end. On the outside, that's going to be Escape Clause, early getting positioning. From the far outside, Diamond Maze also pointed out towards the early lead. Checking a little bit on the rail, that was Plentiful. In between horses, Stoneheart Ridge with Tis Fun. 3-wide trip for Shaded, and the early trailer will be Coors Loot. They go the opening quarter in 22-4. It's Witt's Dollar Night with the short lead on the outside. Diamond Maze, these two set to do battle. Escape Clause is now back to third through a half in 47-4. Painted on the rail, that's Plentiful. Shaded to the outside, Tis Fun. In between horses in fifth. And then starting to get going, Coors Loot in the trailer. Stoneheart Ridge, Diamond Maze now takes the lead by a half a length through 3/4 in 1:13-1. Trying to come up the rail, that's Plentiful. To the far outside, Escape Clause now looms boldly and pulls right alongside Diamond Maze. These two are battling head and head. Plentiful now comes off the rail to make a run, and Escape Clause takes the lead in the Derby at the head of the lane. Plentiful has more to offer on the outside. Escape Clause trying to battle back, but Plentiful is the one that's gonna take it in the 69th running of the Manitoba Derby. Escape Clause is second best. Tis Fun. is the unofficial winner of the 69th running of the Manitoba Derby presented by Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. Your unofficial winner is number 1, Plentiful. Plentiful is a bay gelding, 3 years old, by Harlan's Holiday, out of the mare Spring Street by Street Cry. Owned by Murray Duncan and the estate of Gerald B. Stewart. Trained by Murray Duncan and ridden to unofficial victory by Tyrone Nelson. Time for the mile and an eighth. 1:53 3. Assiniboia Downs is pleased to have on hand Jerry Sull, the Vice President of Corporate Services for Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries, who will make a presentation to the winning owner, trainer, jockey, and groom. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, there is a Stewart's inquiry and a rider's objection here in race number 8. So please hold all tickets. Back down to the winner's enclosure. ASD paddock host Rob McLennan has the winning connections of the Derby. Rob, take it away.
Thanks, Kurt. We're down here with the winning connections of the 69th running of the Manitoba Derby presented by Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. Tyrone Nelson, Murray Duncan, and the estate of Gerald Stewart here with Plentiful. What a tremendous trip down on the inside you got. Getting through, getting a very nice run. Tyrone, talk about the journey.
Well, at the draw, we are hoping to get on the inside because I know my horse love the rail. So when I get the 1 hole, I say that's perfect.
Yeah, it really turned out. That's very much like the Golden Boy. The 2 starts back, you won. You snuck up the inside. You really got the jump on him. Last time, you kind of made a little bit of a run. You kind of faded the last eighth of a mile. This time, you had to go another eighth. Was that a concern at all here, Tyrone?
No, the last time I rode him, it was a little bit flat. Murray do some work on him, and in the morning, and keep on improving. So I tell Murray, you're going to get there.
He certainly ended up running a tremendous race, kind of getting a very nice stalking trip. Could you feel they were going pretty quick in front of you as the 3 of them kind of dashed out there?
Well, I hope, I was expect there to go quick. I was planning to sit behind the speed and hope for them to fall a bit. So, and they do fall. That's why I get a dream run on them.
Really a dream run. So congratulations, Tyrone. A tremendous ride. Really, you've done a fantastic job with this colt here as a 3-year-old here at ASD. Anything else to add? I know we're just overcome with joy here.
First, I want to say this derby is special for my father. He's in the hospital now in Jamaica. And I say, hi, Dad, I wish you all fast recovery. And thank to Murray and all the crew that giving me opportunity on this horse.
Congratulations, Tyrone. We'll move on to Murray here. This is a colt here who you've done a tremendous job with, one you picked out in Oaklawn. We've talked about him before. He won the Golden Boy. I know we have a ton of fun with these types. So Plentiful, talk a little bit about what you thought coming into the Derby.
Well, I just knew he could run that far just off his breeding. That's what I was going mainly on. And he was training better all the time.
It's always a nice sign when they show you good things in the morning like Plentiful did. Kind of coming off a race last time where you got kind of an interesting trip and had to kind of get around with it. And now a really tremendous race this year really kind of speaks to the resurgence of also your barn this year, a tremendous season you're having here. Just talk a little bit about how this kind of season is in some ways capped off, but with a month to go still, by a fantastic Derby win.
Yeah, the shirt switched around from last year. I couldn't win a race here last year, but it's turned around this year. And you never know when it's going to stop or start.
That's the great thing about racing is you get on these streaks and things start going well, and these colts really blossom into just absolutely tremendous racehorses. So talk about a little bit what might be next year for Plentiful and just kind of any kind of thoughts to sum up what you think of this colt.
Well, I don't know. I just keep hoping he'll grow some more. He was a little bit small. That's what was the stopper on him because he was a little small. But he's growing, so I'm hoping he'll keep growing on.
If he keeps growing and growing, he might just keep getting better and better here with Plentiful. We cross our fingers for that. If we want to move on to Audrey here, she wants to step in and say a few words here. So Plentiful, what a tremendous effort here, a ground-saving trip, a fantastic late kick to get the job done. Sum up kind of your thoughts here.
Wow, that's all I could say. This is a long time coming. All I want to say is thanks for the ride, Tyrone. Thanks for training, Murray. Couldn't be in better hands. And this is for you, Dad, who's looking from above. Thanks.
Congratulations, I know a sentimental victor here, a local triumph for Plentiful in the 69th running of the Manitoba Derby. Plentiful, Murray Duncan, the estate of Garrell Stewart, Tyrone Nelson in the saddle, a tremendous victor. Congratulations. Back up to you, Kurt.